daily news, a new Chick-Fil-A opens in San Angelo, a suspect is arrested at a hotel, and a crash shuts down Houston Hart. Plus, warm temperatures return, but fire danger is rising. But first, here's an interview with Tim Condon from the Angry Cactus about Valentine's Day.
When I was at work and my daughter called and said, "Mom, there's water in the basement."
There was quite a bit of water in our carpet.
There's water coming out your front door.
And I saw water coming out of the garage closet.
I called Carpet Tech.
I really felt like I was being treated professionally and personally and friendly.
They came in, they said, "Don't worry about this, we're gonna get it taken care of."
I think what matters the most to me is that I feel comfortable and that I can trust them.
Right now at Jim Bass, scan our QR code and find great deals on cars and trucks. Right now, you can get 11 grand in total savings on all remaining 2024 Ford F-150s in stock.
You can only get deals like this at Jim Bass Ford, Houston, Hart and Arden Road, or 24/7 at bassbus.com, or you can use this QR code right here. It's on the other side, isn't it?
Well, hello, welcome to San Angelo Live. I'm Joe Hyde. I'm the publisher of San Angelo Live. I'm here with my good friend, Tim Condon, the chef and the founder of the Angry Cactus West Texas Grill. Is that what it is?
Yes, West Texas Bar and Grill.
Bar and Grill. It's there in the center of San Angelo at the corner of Chadbourne and Concho. And one of the things, reason why I always bring you on the show, not only the fact that you're a friend, but also you're kind of an artiste.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, you're like, well, you present this the artful form of doing these special dinners. Mm-hmm. And of course, we just had the New Year's celebration, and now we're going into Valentine's Day, which is on February 14th, which is a Saturday. So it's a lot of opportunities on Valentine's Day this year to have a really nice, outing with your date.
Yeah.
Right? And so, of course, Angry Cactus and Tim Condon has a 5-course meal ready to go. So tell me, first of all, over the years, how many people usually come to the Valentine's dinner?
Yeah, so we do this type of format every Valentine's Day as well as every New Year's Eve. Mm-hmm. And so when we do this format, we kind of seize operations of the regular classic restaurant that we have.
Right, you can't just walk in and say, "I want a hamburger."
Exactly, and
right.
We go more to a format of reservation only, and it's a 5-course meal. So it's more of a fine dining style.
So it gives you the chance to stretch out a little bit and try some different things. Mm-hmm. Has there ever been a situation where you've tried a different thing in one of like a Valentine's meal or some of the other special deals that you've actually added to the menu?
Yeah, that happens often, actually. We use this format as a way to kind of test ideas. My kitchen is just a giant collaboration of ideas through the culinary arts lens and mindset.
Right.
And so having sous chefs and having pastry chefs and people of that nature, we all kind of specialize in a different piece of the puzzle, mm-hmm. per se. And so when we create these things, we're looking for options that we can possibly put on the menu in the future, but also just kind of work out some ideas and some of the art forms that we're working on.
Okay.
And that's kind of how we inspire our menus.
So the big overview, this 5-course meal starts with like an appetizer, mm-hmm. and then a salad.
Yes.
And then you have, what do you call it, intermezzo?
Intermezzo. It's basically a palate cleanser or an intermediate course between...
Intermediate course.
Intermediate course between the salad and the entree. So it's basically something that can kind of get your taste buds ready for the entree.
And then, if you're like me, my wife hates seafood, but she loves chicken.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I love seafood. So you have choices.
Yeah,
so
for the entree itself.
And then finally, after the entree, you have...
Always finish with dessert. And that's like the format that we really try to stick to on these events.
The other thing that's interesting or kind of cool about this is you recommend wines for each type of course. So let's go through the Valentine's dinner so people kind of understand how you built this and how it's artfully formed.
Yeah.
So let's start with course 1.
Okay, so course 1, and you always got to really start off with a bang, and a nice appetizer is kind of the key element that we kind of look at. And so this year we're doing a nice seared scallop. So it's going to be a very large scallop, what we call a U10 scallop, which is under 10 per pound. Mm-hmm. So they're rather large. We're going to sear that very nicely and put it with a little bit of polenta, which is like an Italian style, kind of, for lack of a better term, grits. It's got creamy corn texture.
Okay. So it's French grits.
Yeah. Italian grits.
Okay.
And then we do some fried onions and a little bit of seared daikon as well, with some fresh basil. And so, like on something like that, we're really trying to just let the seared scallop shine and just kind of give some elements on the plate that can kind of show that up and make sure that the scallop is really true front and center stage for that course.
And so, how long would you spend dining on the first course?
Yeah, so each course usually takes anywhere from, and depends on really how fast you eat, but anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes to 15 minutes. So everything is kind of spaced out. What's really ironic about these 5-course meals, people see kind of the small portions, but they don't realize there's 5 plates coming out. So it's actually a full meal, just done in a more artful presentation.
I see. So if you were to go sit down at a chain restaurant, for example, they just dump everything in front of you all at once, right?
Yeah. So, to some degree. And so that's kind of when we take control as chefs at Angry Cactus, is we want to really control the experience. And so we really try to give you course after course and really kind of crescendo to the entree and then finish with the dessert as a nice end. And so that's what we start with, is the scallop. And then we go on to the next course, which is the salad.
The salad. So what's special about the salad?
Yeah, so the salad Frank came up with, and so
Who's Frank?
Frank is one of my chefs down at the Angry Cactus, and that was his course. And so he's been on this bacon kick for a while, and so we were trying to create.
Someone else, it was Randy Coleman, told me all you have to do to make food good is put bacon in it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I have that problem at Angry Cactus. Everyone, everything has bacon on it. I got to sometimes watch what I do, because I want to just wrap everything in bacon, just put bacon on everything. You know? But in this case, for the salad, that's exactly what we did. And we're doing like a raw Brussels sprout salad that's kind of just shaved, almost like a slaw kind of, with a bacon vinaigrette, and we're going to add all these components to kind of make that rich. And so we're going to do feta cheese to kind of give that creaminess. We're going to do a little bit of some lardon to give some saltiness, which is little bacon pieces. And then of course we want some sweet as well, so we're going to do some candied pecans.
Okay.
And so what we're really trying to do is accomplish this salad that's kind of well balanced, but has a nice just richness and kind of that saltiness that you get from the bacon, but all the different flavors kind of come together and it creates harmony in your mouth.
So it's more than just throwing some iceberg lettuce and saying, here, have some ranch.
Oh yeah, for sure. In fact, for me as a chef, I hate when I go and I see those type of salads. It's just, a lost opportunity. And I think sometimes people overlook the salad course. And what a great opportunity to do something new, do something different, do something refreshing, and do something we've never really seen before. And so that's what we try to do.
Not to bring politics into this, but I have to just mention this. RFK Jr. is doing his confirmation hearing about health.
Yeah.
And one of the things I learned from watching all that was iceberg lettuce has no nutritional value.
Yeah, zero. Yeah,
zero value. Yeah. So when you do take salads, look at ways to make them more nutritious.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you go to the Golden Corral and you load it up with iceberg lettuce and dump some ranch on it. That you might as well not even eat that.
Yeah, I mean, you're just intaking fat and mayonnaise and buttermilk in the ranch, and that's that's really where it's coming from. So,
ladies, this salad is going to be good and worth every calorie. All right. Course number, the intermezzo.
The intermezzo.
Yeah.
So basically what we try to accomplish when we do an intermezzo, whether it be, sometimes we even create a soup course there, but what we want to do is really have a transition from the salad course to the entree. And so what we're doing this year is we're doing this blood orange kind of ice, and it's also another word for that is like granita. And so it's basically just blood orange juice that we add a certain amount of sugar to. And we freeze it, and we go in there and kind of scrape it with the fork to kind of create these shards of ice. And then we kind of refreeze that and put that on in a frozen bowl, when we're going to do a little bit of this lemon pudding, as well as some granola and a little bit of fresh mint. And so what the idea would be is you take your spoon, you kind of take a one bite wonder of just this, boom, hit you in your face with a nice, refreshing, cold, creamy, velvety kind of just like bite, to kind of warm up your taste buds to get you ready for the entree, whatever entree you choose.
Okay.
And so that's the purpose of that.
That's kind of cool. Most people don't even think to have an intermezzo between.
Yeah, and it's just a small little bite, and its only purpose is to be a transition from the salad to the entree.
Right. All right. So now the entrees. 3 choices.
Yeah.
Let's start with the chicken because that's probably your most normal. Like most people say, well, I don't like any of that other stuff. I'm just going to get chicken. So let's start with the baseline.
Yeah. So we've got 3 entrees. So a red meat typically, a seafood, and then a chicken or some other kind of meat. So in the case of the chicken, we're going to do chicken alla puttanesca, and that's a term that comes from Italy, and it's basically a sauce that has tomato in it, a little bit of capers, and so it's kind of like a salty, rich, tomatoey kind of flavor.
But it's not like doused in bird butter and things that are like fattening.
No. What we're really trying to achieve is things that have good flavor and that are rich and robust, but also something that's perfect for a date night type of meal. And so we're not trying to pound you with garlic. We're not trying to pound you with onions or anything of that nature. We're wanting nice, easy eating dishes that are just nice and elegant and kind of unique. And so, for an option on chicken, we're going to use an airline chicken breast that has the skin on it. So it's a chicken breast that has the first joint of the wing on it still. And what we like to do is just to kind of create a little bit higher end presentation is we French that bone out. So the bone is exposed and we grill that.
Okay.
And what happens is the skin gets nice and charred, it gets nice and crispy, and then we're going to kind of just pair that with this puttanesca sauce, which is this tomato-based sauce. And it's a really nice way to kind of like accompany a grilled piece of chicken. And so that's the chicken entree this year.
All right, seafood, you're going to have a lobster dish.
Yeah. So also kind of in the theme of Italian, because we love a nice romantic Italian meal. We decided to do a seafood option with lobster, and we went the direction of lobster risotto. So lobster risotto is an Italian dish that is a cream-based, a creamed... It's a rice dish that's very creamy because the rice is very starchy. It's made out of arborio rice, and we're going to stir that, get it nice and velvety, finish it with butter and Parmesan cheese and a little bit of poached lobster. It's going to be fantastic.
It has asparagus in it.
Asparagus and tomato.
Yeah.
So it's going to be delicious. Yeah, absolutely.
Asparagus is very expensive now. Do you know that?
Yeah.
The price of asparagus is like $2 a pound.
Yeah. Well, there we go.
Anyway, the last one, and this is the unique one that you brought. And you said that antelope, that's the third choice. Antelope is a popular dish inside the Angry Cactus already.
Yeah, so we put the antelope on the menu about 2 years ago, and it's quickly become one of our top sellers. One of kind of our missions at Angry Cactus is to kind of really be a local, self-sustainable restaurant. And so we like to utilize local ranches and local farms to kind of to bring in products that can kind of showcase West Texas culture, West Texas cuisine, and more importantly, just the items that happen and grow and are in our area. Right. And so Nilgai antelope is one of my absolute favorite game species. It's just an absolute fantastic antelope.
And where do you get it?
We get it off the King Ranch,
which is down south.
Which is Texas. About 2 hours south of here. We're one of many restaurants in this area, in this West Texas area that get sourced antelope from the King Ranch. It's an amazing product. They butcher many of them.
And how do they deliver it up here? Do they bring the like just large?
I just get it delivered on a truck.
And do you have to cut it yourself?
It's already cut. They already clean it for me. They have a USDA facility that they handle all of that. And so we get large loins off the leg, and it's a beautiful tender cut. That we get. It's right off the inside part of the leg. It's just absolutely stunning. And we cook it to a perfect medium rare and just let it rest. It's not any fat at all. Mm-hmm. We're going to pair it with some sweet potatoes and a little bit of our blackberry jam, a little bit of our blackberry gastrique as well. And it's just a smaller version of what we normally do for this 5-course meal. But I'll tell you, it's just one of my absolute personal favorites on our menu.
So to recap, the main course is a choice between the chicken dish, the lobster biscotto, or the antelope.
Yep. So you have a choice of those three.
It doesn't matter what your choices are. Everyone's pretty much taken care of.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. So after you finish eating this delicious entree, then you get the cake.
Yep. So that's when my pastry chef comes in, Alicia, and she's also one of our culinary students down at the Angry Cactus. And so she's got an amazing dessert ready to go for us. It's going to be basically, I gave her the directive. I just said, just put a bunch of chocolate all over, I want 10, 20, 30 different types of chocolate in different ways: chocolate cake, chocolate sprinkles, chocolate roll, chocolate this, chocolate mousse, chocolate that, you know. And so she's going to create just an amazing presentation out of a chocolate cake. And so we're calling it Better Than Sex Chocolate Cake, the old classic. It's just going to be this decadent, just rich, velvety chocolate cake. And we're going to put all different types of chocolate garnishes and different things of that nature. And Alicia's always creative like that, and she's got something special.
All right, so
for
you
us.
know how lovers always like to share their dessert.
Yeah.
Is that how you're going to serve it, or is each person going to get a plate?
Each person gets a plate. But it's going to be just such a cool presentation, and it's going to be really unique.
So it'll make sense to have 2 plates.
Exactly, and you're going to want to, because it's going to be delicious.
Yeah. Anyway, the Angry Cactus Chef's Valentine's dinner. How much does it cost?
So we're at $80 a person, and that comes with it. Usually takes about an hour and a half to process that 5 courses.
Right.
And then we're also going to have live jazz.
So plan on spending an hour and a half there with your dinner, and you'll have live jazz.
Yep.
What's the live jazz?
So we're going to have John Irish and his crew coming out and do live jazz. They do a fantastic job. They were there for New Year's Eve. Everyone loves it. It's a great time. Perfect amount of volume, you know, just to kind of classes up the environment. We're just old school jazz. Little trio that they have. It's going to be a fantastic evening. No, not on that evening. No,
not on that evening. So $80 a person, so $160 gives you a pretty good way to impress your date. I mean, really is. I don't know where else you can get something like this.
Yeah, I'm not aware of anybody in town doing the 5-course meal. And I think what's really kind of cool is that, out of all the occasions to go out and kind of have a nice sit-down meal, Valentine's Day to me is that occasion. And I think just to add live jazz and a great, environment that we have down at Angry Cactus, candlelight, the whole works. I mean, it's going to be a definite.
So you don't have to cook anything. You don't do that. You just come down there, and of course you have the wine pairings, which will be interesting to see how well your pairings are.
Yeah.
And you have the option. You have an open bar too, or not an open bar, but you have a full bar.
And it's on a Valentine's Day is on a Friday this evening, so come down, have a great meal, and then of course we're right in the heart of downtown, so you can go hit a couple bars, and there's plenty of things downtown to do. So it'll be a great time. I know Valentine's Day this year is going to be happening. We always do about 250 covers, 250 people, and so we're about halfway there already. And so there's spots are going to start filling up fast. So we need to get those calls.
How do you get reservations? Do you have to call, or is that?
Yeah, you just call the Angry Cactus, get set up for a reservation for Valentine's Day. The number is 703-6999.
There you go.
Too many phone numbers in my head.
703-6999. 703-6999. We're going to do the jingle. 325-703-6999. Or I guess you can go find them on Facebook and message them. Can you do that?
Yeah, but we prefer a call because there's a deposit, and we got to make sure we got the time slot figured out. It's a whole orchestra of details. But, to make the perfect evening happen, that's always what we need.
325-703-6999. There you go. Anyway, Tim Condon with the Angry Cactus West Texas Bar and Grill, the chef, the man who comes out with these ideas, which are kind of cool. And I just want people to hear what's on the menu. I mean, I think the menu is really good. So anyway, y'all make your reservations, 325-703-6999.
Yep.
If your pilot is 6999er.
There you go.
There you go. All right, back to you guys.
San Angelo's newest Chick-Fil-A is open now. The restaurant, located at 2210 North Bryant Boulevard, is the 5th Chick-Fil-A in the area, operated by locally owned operator Jordan Hancock. The location will employ around 100 people and focus on training and career development. To celebrate the opening, Chick-fil-A honored 100 local heroes with free meals for a year. The restaurant also donated $25,000 to Feeding America to support hunger relief efforts in San Angelo. San Angelo police arrested a suspect after a chase ended at the La Quinta Inn on Loop 306. Officers initially searched for 37-year-old Thomas Bonner after receiving an anonymous tip. Reports later came in that Bonner was driving the wrong way on the Loop 306 access road before fleeing into the hotel. Police entered a room with the occupant's cooperation and took Bonner into custody without incident. He was wanted for probation violations related to drug possession and theft. And the DPS added new charges, including reckless driving and evading arrest. His bond has been set at $30,500. And a crash on Houston-Hart Expressway last night led to lane closures. Police said a white sedan lost control on Freeland Street, crashed into a house near Pierce Street, and the driver fled on foot across the expressway. The driver in the eastbound lanes braked to avoid the suspect, but was rear-ended. The Texas DPS and San Angelo police arrested the fleeing driver, who had outstanding warrants. No serious injuries were reported, but the eastbound lanes were shut down until the scene was cleared. And we'll get into weather, but first here's a word from Jay Chandler and Westbrook Plumbing.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the giants and who will never, ever flinch.
Do you have a plumbing emergency, burst pipe, major leak, or any other urgent plumbing issue? Westbrook Plumbing provides 24/7 services to San Angelo and the surrounding area. All of Westbrook Plumbing's plumbers are licensed, insured, and trained to provide San Angelo with the best service. Give them a call at 325-304-4209. Now into weather. The National Weather Service has issued a fire danger statement for parts of west central Texas today from noon until about 6 p.m. Areas from Abilene to San Angelo to Sonora are at risk due to dry conditions, low humidity, and gusty winds. Despite the fire dangers, temperatures will be above normal this weekend. And San Angelo is expected to reach 75 on Saturday and 80 on Sunday, with lows in the upper 30s and low 40s. Other cities, including Abilene and Brownwood, could see highs in the mid-80s. Winds will remain gusty, with west-southwest winds of 15-25 miles an hour and gusts up to 40 miles an hour. Overnight lows will stay cool in the upper 30s and 40s, and today's high will be in the mid-60s. And here's a word from Condon's Diamonds and Coins.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Condon's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Condon's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Condon stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Condon's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thank you for watching the Live Daily News Show, the only locally owned news show in the Concho Valley. Go like us on Facebook, X, and other social media platforms, and download the San Angelo Live mobile app to stay updated with news from in and around the Concho Valley. Thanks again, and Hoops returns tomorrow.